Listen, if you're still smoking and feeling bad about it, if you're blaming yourself or you're feeling undisciplined or that you're a failure, you can just stop it all right now. It really isn't your fault. My name is Rita Black. I am a clinical hypnotherapist, the creator of Smoke-Free 123 method. I am a former pack and a half a day smoker, and I've been helping, over 10,000 people stop smoking for a really long time, like 20 years. So I want to explain to you how your brain works around the whole stop smoking game so that you can really understand that it really isn't your fault, and then come from a place of power when you go to stop smoking instead of feeling bad about yourself and that you're weak and you can't do it, because you can. You really can. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the mind. It's a really weird looking mind, but it's a mind, okay? So when it comes to stopping smoking, most of that decision to stop smoking comes from your conscious mind. That's the logical brain. And that part of the mind is only 12%. That's not a very big percentage of your mind, right? That's the willpower part of the mind. That's the part of the mind that knows it's bad for you, that you shouldn't be doing it. It reads all the articles about how smoking is, toxic and horrible and awful, and you should really stop today. That's how much of your mind knows that smoking is bad for you. And it's also the part of your mind that listens to everybody else complain about your smoking, including your doctor and all of that stuff. So the other 88%, your subconscious mind, is the part of your mind that wants you to keep right on smoking. And that is the part of your mind that is your belief system. So when we smoke, we see ourselves as a smoker. That's our identity. So a lot of times when we're trying not to smoke, it's like we're almost we're really going against our identity because we see ourselves as a smoker. We also think that smoking helps us, that it comforts us, that it's our friend, that it's there when we need it, that it helps us drive and helps us drink our coffee in the morning and helps us manage our stress, right? So we have a lot of belief that smoking in our subconscious mind is good for us. We also have the habit of our smoking, and our mind works in patterns, and it wants those patterns repeated. So if you expect 10 cigarettes a day, your brain demands that pattern be repeated. So you'll notice that when your mind expects that a cigarette could or should be happening, it will bug you for it. It's like a little kid tugging at your skirt or your pant leg, like, I need that thing, I need that thing, I need that thing. So most of what drives our smoking, that agitated feeling, isn't so much the withdrawal from nicotine. It is that part of the brain telling us it's time to smoke and I expect a cigarette. The other part of this is the deeper part of the mind. That's the reptilian brain that really sort of protects us. That's the fight or flight brain. And a lot of times when we try not to smoke, that part of the brain perceives we're taking away something that it thinks we need in order to live. So it literally thinks that we are dying, and it goes into that fight or flight response. So that's why sometimes when you've tried to quit smoking, you've gotten panicky and had a real visceral reaction to stopping smoking. The actual physiological withdrawal from nicotine is not that big of a deal, but a lot of times it's this mental panic. It feels physical. It's like a panic attack or this and it's horrible and awful. And then we have the memory, which is also in our subconscious mind, of trying to quit smoking, and it was painful or awful. And so a lot, when we go to stop, we're working 88% of our mind is against this 12% of the mind, and guess who wins, right? So there are definitely ways to work, like when you make the decision to become a non-smoker, it has to come from the inside out. It has to come with 100% of you making that decision to become a non-smoker. And there are certain things that you can do. Now, as a clinical hypnotherapist, what hypnosis does is an awesome mind tool that actually relaxes there's sort of what we call the critical filter between the conscious and the unconscious mind. Because as you grew and developed in your life, from birth until we're in our 20s, everything that happens to our life, our parents, teachers, life experiences, everything that happened to us gets imprinted down here. And then we develop this filter, which is now going to filter out anything that doesn't agree with how we see the world, right? So when we see ourselves as a smoker, all that other stuff, like it's bad for us and we shouldn't do it, gets sort of filtered out. So what hypnosis does is it relaxes the critical filter so we can give suggestions to the subconscious mind that it doesn't normally hear. And really the whole point of hypnosis for smoking cessation is to get the entire mind aligned with the decision to become a non-smoker, like just to get the whole mind to sign off on it and get excited, ready, and prepared. Now, the way I work with people is a little more, because like a lot of times when you go to a hypnotherapist, they'll just, have you sit down or lay down and do a session with you. But I really believe that there's in working with people for over 20 years and having amazing success, I really believe that there are stages of becoming a non-smoker, and I get into this in my free video. This is the whole point I was talking to. Why I wanted to talk to you is that there are these really 3 mental steps to stop smoking permanently, and you can check out that video. It's free. It's a free training, and it really does get into it. But when I work with people, it is a 3-step process where you're getting the person really prepared and excited and ready to become a non-smoker, and then using the hypnosis to get the whole mind to sign off on it, and then giving them the support so they can go out in their life and begin becoming a non-smoker. And those are really the mental stages. You can follow through on those. Check out that video, because I think you'll find that if you're ready, you can do it. You just need to remove those mental roadblocks that are getting in your way. Or you can check out my program, Smoke Free 123, because I do use hypnosis in that program. It's an online program, very powerful. You can check it out. But I just wanted you to know that you can do this. You can actually learn to leverage your whole mind to become a non-smoker. But it isn't really your fault. The reason why you haven't been able to stop smoking isn't really your fault. But now that you know that it's not your fault, you can take action and you can become a happy, healthy non-smoker. I will tell you that becoming a non-smoker is not about deprivation. It's about transformation. So I hope you have found this helpful. I hope this has given you new confidence and new belief in yourself. You can go out and become an amazing, best self, happy, healthy non-smoker. Okay, have a great day.